Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I have a couple of minutes. I actually don't know how many minutes, not many, before I have to go eat dinner and then have an appointment. So I wanted to do a quick read on Donald Trump today. He just got impeached by the House. 10 Republicans agreed, led by Liz Cheney. Very interesting. I really feel like there's a power struggle within, not necessarily within the between the Democrats and the Republicans, but between the Republicans themselves. Um, and it's still not quite. They're either going to go towards Cheney, who's more typical Republican, or they're going to go in the direction of QAnon, and we don't know yet. So, but this feels like a power play for them. The impeachment feels like a statement for the Democrats and a power play amongst the Republicans. So let's see how Donald Trump is doing. Well, not well, or he's sedated. That's what this says to me. They might have had to sedate him. Oh, sorry. What's challenging him is the Constitution. You don't say. You're a seditionist. You incited sedition. That's against the Constitution. He's contemplating moving away. He's contemplating leaving, um, going over water, escaping. So he may actually, mentally have to do that anyway, because he's so distraught. Let's see what's in the past. Justice. That could be immediate past, right? Like a couple hours ago. Hope in the sky. Hope in the sky. Hope springs eternal for the sky. This is an Aquarius vibration. So Uranus is very, very active. So it's possible that he could free himself but it would, I almost feel like it would be some sort of like expat president of a country, who lives the rest of his life sort of as a thorn in the side, never really quite going away, but definitely not in power anymore. So, all right, let's see the immediate. We have the 10 of, sorry, 10, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. So that may be Ivanka. I think Ivanka might be with him. How it's seen from the outside, new information is going to start pouring in. They're going to find out that uh, that he was, whoever, like the white supremacists that actually did this, and the hate groups and all the sort of like foot soldiers, the head of the spear, as it were paid. Were paid, and it's connected, I think, to him. It's connected to him. It's like a mercenary army. They're paying for a mercenary army. I feel like he went to the regular army. Then I think he might have went to Eric Prince to have Eric Prince help him with this, but Eric Prince said no. That was a bridge too far for Eric Prince, and so he had to go down to the really kind of the bottom of the barrel. Um, in that, it's not going to be like an Eric Prince group of guys, right? These guys might be very adept at shooting things and killing things and being badasses, but it's not the same thing as like a real sort of army, right? So they were sort of the bottom of the barrel, and they just couldn't, they maybe there wasn't enough of them or whatever, or, that he couldn't do what they needed to do. So, but he's involved. This was his plan. As soon as he lost the house, he knew that he was going to start to be held responsible for things, and he was able, with the help of the Republicans, to back out of all or side back out or side sidle all his responsibilities because of the codependency, I guess, um, of the Republicans. So this is his domestic situation. He is stubbornly sitting amongst his cups. He is stubbornly invested in his fantasy. He is in total fantasy. It's interesting. I was wondering about Don Jr., and I don't think I'll have time to do this today, but if I have time tomorrow, I will. Looking at his astrological chart, I've looked at it, but I've never looked at it with you guys. And that might be an interesting look because what I did notice is that he has Neptune, transiting Neptune is squaring, first quarter square to his Mercury, Don Jr.'s. And that first quarter square is a crisis in action. It's wanting to build something, and I think he had some sort of. I think he suffers in a way the same thing his father does, like delusions of grandeur, because you know Trump feels bad about himself. He can't stand himself. That's why he's a narcissist, ultimately. But I think that Don Jr. Um, you know, I mean, I don't know how Fred Trump was, but I almost have a feeling that Don Jr. Uh, it's been harder on him. It was harder to be Don Jr. than it was to be Don, and because Don Jr.'s like life was in the spotlight, whereas Donald Trump growing up years was not. So, in a way, Don Jr. wants to believe the fantasy even more, of ultimate power because he just feels so powerless. Um, Hopes and fears. So this is a hope. I think he wants to move out of country. He wants a getaway. He wants a getaway car. He wants a getaway car. So he's sure he's right, but he'll take a getaway car if they send it. And then the outcome is the emperor. The outcome is the emperor. I need elucidation on that emperor because it could be read more than one way. So let me grab. Hold on one second. Are they here? I think they're in the other room. I'll grab this, my witch's deck. I'll grab my witch's deck. Tell me about the emperor. What does the emperor mean? What does the emperor mean? The first thing, the first thing I thought is that there was a new emperor in town. That was my first thought. It's like, boom, the emperor came. That being, his ultimate victor, which would be Biden. And it's interesting, it's like Biden is all about let's get together. He's all about the other and all that sort of healing of the divides. And Trump is like, no, my way. That's it, one way. Biden is definitely a two-way street, and Trump is a one-way street. But I think that his last turn might have made the one-way street into a dead end. All right. Show me the emperor. What is the emperor? Give me more elucidation on the end card, the emperor. Is it Biden? Is it Trump? Okay, this is money. It's on its way. Oh, I think I know. An idea, an action. Wanted to take an action, but just in the idea stage. in this deck, the swords are associated with fire, which is different than the Rider-Waite deck. So we have an earth sign, boy, younger man, and an older fire sign. An older fire sign. That could be Trump himself. I don't know. And the sun, the children. Children. Boy, the whole family's here. The Queen of Cups, that's probably Ivanka. And the Three of Pentacles. I think he wants to make a deal to go, and the price is that they leave his kids alone and his family alone. I think that's what he's angling for. But he's done. He's done. He's done. And I think he's starting to realize it. And we'll see. We'll see if he can just go on to the next thing. We tend to think that once you're president, like, what else can you do? Everything else is downhill. But who knows with Trump? He's defied our expectations before. But he won't be president. He won't be president. He won't ever be president, right? I think, unless the Republicans decide that the Senate decides that he won't be impeached. But then I think it'll be a new Senate, so it'll be 50-50, right? With they don't have control anymore with the vice president being the what do you call vote, the deciding vote. So we know what Kamala's going to vote for. All right, guys. Well, that was quick. I'm surprised. Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can do that Don Jr. stuff. I just found it very interesting. I kind of want to take a look at his chart because I find him in a way. Well, I don't know. The most injured of the children, the most wounded of all his kids. All right, guys, like and subscribe. See you again soon. Oh, I'm going to do definitely after my reading tonight, I'm going to do a new moon in Capricorn reading for this lunation cycle. Okay, much love. See you later.